crew we made. Ready now, turn the page. This is where we all engage. Engage. Let the journey begin.
Welcome to Engage
with Trekkie
and Trekker. Today we have an exciting new guest, Cassandra. We're so excited to be able to have a chat with you today. First off, would you like to just give us a little introduction about who you are?
Yes, I'm Cassandra, originally from Brooklyn, New York, and Boston as well. And I live in Orlando, Florida now. I'm a manager for a home care facility. Nice. And yeah, I love helping people. I love being around people. And yeah.
How did you get into home care?
So I come from a long line of nurses and home care workers. So it's actually a family business.
Neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, props to you and your family. That's a hard business, and we definitely need everyone who can help and care. So that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that something you kind of thought you wanted to do forever? Is it something you kind of fell into because of family? I'm just curious.
So I'm still I'm in school for nursing right now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's my goal. It wasn't originally marine biology, but that didn't pan out. So I'm still staying in the sciences.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then of course on this show we explore how we're all fans of the fandom. That's really the point of our podcast here is exploring the fans. And so we have to always ask, how did you come into the Star Trek universe?
I feel like Star Trek found me.
Oh,
my mother was a fan when she was younger. She used to come home from school, and this was when she lived in South America. So she came home from school. It was on. She watched it. When she came to the States and had me, we watched the reruns. I didn't know too much about the plots, but I knew the characters. Oh. And then when TNG came along, then we both were like, okay, let's explore this together. So, and that took off from there.
Oh, that's awesome. And so out of all of that, like when you were coming into it, you're saying you knew TOS first and reruns and then TNG. So you got to kind of explore TNG as it was coming out.
Yes.
Same as both of us, actually.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that gives us a different kind of like appreciation for TNG because we totally remember waiting for the next episode and like seeing the preview for the next episode at the end of the, that one, like what's going to happen and all that. Like, I think we get it. I love that.
Have you watched all Star Trek seasons and series?
Yes. Every single one. And sometimes it took me a while to catch up to the others, but ever since the first episode of TNG, I have not missed any episode in the Star Trek franchise.
Awesome.
Or movie.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite series / episode or movie?
Ooh, there's a couple of those. Okay, so series, TNG. I say TNG / DS9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Episode, The Visitor.
Oh, I cry every time. Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched it probably 20 times. You're the only guest we've had on that's been DS9, so I'm all with it with you. Yeah. But that episode tears me up. I've watched it 20 times. So
beautiful. It's heartbreaking, and it shows what Star Trek is. It's about family. It's about loss and how to cope with all of that, in a positive way. So, yeah.
Were there other episodes and or movies?
Oh, well, yes. Other episodes. Starfleet Academy, episode 5, series Acclamation Mill, which is basically The Visitor Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love Subspace Rhapsody.
I loved it. Yes.
Sometimes late at night, I'll just put it on and I'll just belt it out like I'm having a karaoke night.
Okay, next time we're in person together, let's belt that out together because I can do, yes, I love that. I love that one.
Definitely those old scientists.
That was also incredible. Yes. And I was very hesitant about that one. Like hearing about it, I was like, how are they going to pull this off?
Yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised. Yes. Mm-hmm. So with those as your favorites, then who would you say is your favorite character overall? I know we've got probably favorites for each cast and all that, but who would you say is your top pick for characters in Star Trek?
Benjamin Lafayette Sisko.
Yeah.
Such a fan. She says the full name.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the emissary. How could you not?
Son of Sarah.
Yes. Yes. And tell us that gravitation towards Sisko.
You know, he is unapologetically himself.
Mm-hmm.
And such a strong person, a diplomat, someone who is able to take command of a station that was run by Cardassians who enslaved Bajorans, and it's now a Bajoran center.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has to deal with both of these sides. And now there's a wormhole, brand new wormhole.
Oh.
So if that wasn't enough, right? And then all of Quark's nonsense going on, down at the bar, that was illegal activity. And then you've got the Klingons with their war going on and the Dominion coming. I'm like, how does this guy, and he's a single dad.
Yeah.
Who's trying to date? I mean, so everyone having so much on your plate. And so, yeah, he's just such a strong person. And there are many in Star Trek, but for him the most, I don't care who you are, Q, get out of my face. He's just, and he'll dabble like the pale moonlight, he'll cross those or not cross, but he'll come close to those gray areas.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll do what needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So, a question I have for you, and again, love Sisko. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was series. Was 5 the one with? And forgive me, I don't remember all the names. 5 the one with the tribute to Sisko.
Yes.
Okay.
You're talking about Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, Starfleet Academy.
Okay.
Sorry, and I thought it was Series Acclamation Mill, but I couldn't remember. Anyway, what do you think about omitting his daughter? Just out of curiosity, did you notice on the family tree that it only had Jake Sisko? It didn't have any mention of the daughter under Cassidy. Just curious. Don't know if you.
So interesting. I thought it would be a son under Cassidy.
Okay. So here's a question that I have for both of you, and I don't have an opinion. Are books canon?
So there we go with the books too. Yeah.
So I mean, right. We can open up.
I have an answer. I'm going for Cassandra's answer first. I want to hear that.
I thought there was a baby Sisko somewhere after Jake, but then I heard that it was only in the books. But I rewatched DS9 just to see if they mentioned anything about it, and I was like, actually, they didn't.
Right.
So who knows? Who
Okay,
knows?
cool.
That's a great. The
Well,
books.
if your question is, are books canon? I would say if you enjoy the book, it becomes part of your own head canon and nobody can take that from you.
Right.
Because there's some books I've read and like I laughed reading, was it Q in Law? When Loxana Troy got Q powers, and like there's a scene where she's mad at Q and she's like zapping him, or so I don't even remember the full scene. I just remember laughing when I was reading it, and I was like, I never want that to not exist. But then there's some episodes of shows where I'm like, you know what? That's not in my head canon. Like I don't recognize that show, like that one episode, or. And I feel like we get the opportunity to do that as guests. I mean, as fans, because it's our fandom. We get to, I don't have to buy every comic out there or every book, but if I want to, and I want that to be part, then A-okay.
Right. No, like I said,
basically Paramount isn't telling me what I can take and what I have to accept and don't accept.
Oh,
shots fired! Just
fair enough. You're so funny.
How about you, Trekkie?
About books?
Yeah, you asked the question. What's your answer?
And that is a great question. And I think that I think for the most part, it is laid out at the beginning, whether it's in like the Prime Universe, as we say, there are some, different, iterations of it from different universes, just like J.J. Abrams and Kelvin. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have a fight or a fight in the claim anyway. But I remember that Cassidy was pregnant, and I totally said that statement wrong. And I realize it. But anyway, I remember Cassidy was pregnant at the end, and I had remembered seeing something about it. And I think it was just within the book, but I was just curious. I don't know. Armin Shimmerman puts me to sleep every night listening to the Rules of Acquisition on audiobook. He's fantastic, and it's funny. So just throwing out Q and Law. I don't know if you're an audiobook person, but John Delancey and Michelle Barrett, they both, are on that.
No way.
They are. I mean, I'm a Teddy Ruxpin kid, so I love having books ready to be. Yeah, right. So anyway, but having the two of them talk to me other times, it's amazing. Highly recommend.
I didn't know that they did that.
Yes, absolutely. John Delancey has a couple of them as well, and then I always butcher his name, Odo Rene Abajawan, and again I butchered that. I always have to listen to the beginning of the audiobook to know how to actually pronounce his last name. Anyway, but he's fantastic. He does a lot of the DS9 ones. So just throwing that out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I like my books on tape. So,
Cassandra, are you an audiobook fan? Is that what you were saying too?
I mean, just any books that I happen to like. I prefer them to be audio. I just don't have the time. Just right. While I'm driving or doing anything else. But I have not listened to any of those Trek audiobooks. So I need to give those a try.
It's amazing.
Maybe we should start a book club, and then after we've all audiobooked it, we can come back and talk.
Right? I'm game with that.
That would be fun. Okay, so since we are all watching all of these future programs, or programs from the future, out of all the inventions in Star Trek, what would you say is the one that you wish you had the most right now?
The holodeck.
The holodeck.
Oh, nice.
Who doesn't want to escape from these times for a few minutes, or maybe a few hours or days? Right? I love to travel. So sometimes I'm not always able to do so. So it would be lovely to go to different cities, different countries, and do something maybe daring that, I'm going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and if I fall, I'm okay. And so I would definitely prefer the holodeck out of all.
Unless you're like Balan and you turn off the safeties.
I was just right.
No, not turning off.
Me either. I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna go out in a holodeck. Thank you.
Daring, like, who wants to fight a Klingon with a Bachleth today? Like, yeah, I do. Turn on that safety.
Yeah. Now, if we had holodecks in our houses, like a room, how big do you think the holodeck would have to be for like personal use? Like, not assuming you're never going to bring in a team of your like 10, 20 people like they sometimes do. It's just you, it's your house. How big do you think it needs to be?
Probably living room.
Okay.
Yeah. My living room size. So, yeah. I wouldn't want a small holodeck. But no, I wouldn't want
You don't
something.
want to hit the wall.
Yeah, nothing
But
crazy.
you wouldn't hit the wall because it's constantly
It
going.
moves
but
you.
what's the parameters that it needs to
Well, if
catch?
it was like the size of a bathroom, you might still hit the wall. Like you might,
Yes.
like.
Yeah.
But so it'd maybe have to be at bare minimum twice the size of a bathroom, standard bathroom size.
Right.
I don't even know if there is a standard bathroom size, but
What is the standard size for a holodeck? Good question.
I think living room.
well, sometimes they're in those ones where it looks like it's like 2 or 3 decks tall and like really big, and then other times they're in ones that look a little smaller. So I've always headcanoned that there are different size ones. And in fact, speaking of headcanon, as we were earlier, I was even reflecting on a conversation we've had on this podcast before about the difference between holodecks and holosuites. Like, what is the difference? And I'd love your thoughts on that, Cassandra, before I give mine again.
I feel like the holosuites that Quark had were for like novel, like more role playing than anything.
Okay.
They have they had the rated R holo suites, and then they had the ones where Bashir would go with O'Brien, and they would, play Nordic horsemen or something like that. And so
Mm-hmm.
I felt like those were, for some reason, way bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're talking about, well, holodecks, is there a minimum anyway? So yeah, it's interesting.
Well, it was also interesting because we've talked before about, like, does the holodeck create real matter, or is it all just photons? Because there's the TNG episode, the very first one, where like a snowball comes out. And so that's why I say my headcanon, because after we were talking about it last, I was contemplating on that, and I thought maybe a holo suite has the replicator part of it, and maybe that's the difference. And maybe holodeck 1 happens to really be a holo suite, and the others are just like not as good. Sometimes there's a conference room, like there's the main conference room, and then there's these little ones.
Yeah.
I was thinking, well, maybe for holodeck 1 is just the one that is a holo suite, and it actually can make food or snow if you need it
Yeah, I
to.
was going to talk about the food part. Like, and when they're eating, they're not really eating food, but in the holo suite, do they have? I mean, and it's like Quarks, and he's a bar food guy. So do they get real food in the holo suite as opposed to?
My headcanon says yes, because I don't know that there's anything that contradicts it.
Well,
And
even
I like
Quark's-
to think, yeah, that one has extras, so you should be able to eat there.
right. Well, even Quark uses the replicator for his food products, because when everybody was, gibberish talking, in that Deep Space Nine episode, whatchamacallit, he had to go to the command level to get it. Anyway, fascinating. I love this question. So is matter, because a replicator is matter anyway, it is providing, so it's just a different form. So very interesting.
Yeah. How about a moment in Star Trek that blew your mind?
Picard, the last episode,
Okay.
where he and the cast of TNG walked onto Enterprise D. It was like another moment.
Right.
And they slowly walked, and then they touched the console. They sat down. He grasped the seat, and I was like, "Stop it right now!" Like, it was. I mean, just seeing them interact throughout that final season was awesome enough, but to have them walk on the bridge was just, that was mind blowing. Clearly, I'm still like.
I squealed when I saw the Enterprise D. I squealed even on Picard season 1, episode 1. It was just a dream sequence where it opened with it, and I was like, that ship! That's our ship! Yeah. That's a good moment. That's a really good moment. And it was that nostalgia that we were kind of looking for, because we're bringing our crew back. And I feel like that's what the fans really were clamoring for. It was great to see Picard in 7 of 9 in season 1 and the new characters. But deep down, it was like, okay, but what's Worf up to? What's LaForge up to? What's Riker up to? Well, I guess we saw Riker and Deanna briefly in season 1, but just enough to get us to want more.
And the last scene, sky's the limit. I was like, there we go again. Like, it took you back to, the finale of TNG, and it was the same thing when they were dealing poker game, and same shot. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh no, I love that episode. That was so it was so good. I kind of wish we would just keep going with more TNG cast. like can you just keep bringing them? Just keep it. Even if they were like standalone series, like let's just get like a season of something that Worf's doing, a season, something that Dr. Crusher's doing. My goodness, they've got so much backstory to fill in between for her now. If they wanted to do some like prequel to Picard season 3, what Dr. Crusher was up to, raising a kid on her own while running from the Dominion Borg.
I really wish they would have went ahead with James Thalier, I believe, who
Hmm.
played the son. I that would for me would have been almost a continuation of TNG because let's face it, these actors they're a little older and some of them don't want to continue either acting or being in this role.
Sure.
And I feel like they did it for the fans. I
Hmm.
think mostly, and then
Hmm.
of course they're all friends, and then to see each other, and so. But yeah, I wish they would have went on with. I think Legacy. That was it. Legacy.
Star Trek Legacy. Yes, I am definitely a proponent of that as well. I'm like, bring it, bring it. Like that's you have all the right characters in place. We know them. We're cheering for them. There's enough connection to other Star Trek that it makes sense. Like I'm all for that. And I don't know what they're waiting for.
Well, yeah. Apparently, it seems like they're gonna go another route with forgetting his name. Enterprise, Cap Archer.
Oh
They're
yeah.
supposed to be doing some sort of Admiral Archer, some sort of
Eh.
yeah. Paramount preferred that than season 3 of Starfleet Academy. So who knows?
It's interesting because out of everybody on Enterprise, Archer was probably my least favorite character. Like I liked all the characters, but I just mean as far as like my own personal ranking, he's certainly not my favorite captain. He's very, I feel like rude to people. I don't know. I don't know the right. With a lot of our captains, you feel like they're empowering their crew, especially like with Janeway. She seems like the consummate like mentor. Like here,
Yeah.
this is your passion. Let's put you in that. You see that again to an nth degree with Pike, who trusts people, and it's like, oh, is that what you're saying? All right, I trust you. Yeah, and he gives this trust so quickly, and it empowers his team, and it's refreshing to see. And I don't get the same sense with Archer. I just don't. So I don't know. That's
I think because I'm not sure with the other crew, but with Trip, they're actually friends, and so he's very lax with him all the time, and I never really see that much of a separation, and maybe that relationship is carried through the rest of the crew. But yeah, I have to agree with some of what you said. Yeah.
Do you think they might bring Trip back for something?
I'm not. I don't know all the details.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
think perhaps this August we will hear
Okay.
more about what they're doing with that. I would prefer Legacy over that instead of going back, especially back to like you said, a captain that is not all of our favorites. It's like, what is the show going to be about?
Yeah, I'm not trying to like diss on it. It's just,
of
I
course.
don't have the same like passion
No.
that I have for most of our other captains, where it's like, yes, I definitely want to see what's going on in their life. And
I want to see Captain 7 of 9 and Captain
Raffi?
Raph. Yes.
Yes.
I would have loved to see those two be co-captains, and and little Picard, and just the galaxy, something new and different.
It's
So
also set at the time period of Federation that I feel like most of our fandom's based on, which is like that TNG plus, like
Mhm.
so much of our stories are centered in that zone, and like even like Lower Decks exists somewhere in that zone too, like somewhere after Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I don't know if it's after Picard or not. I need to really look that up, but that seems to be like the point in history where humanity is doing good. And that for me, that's what I like about that era is like, all right, humans are basically trying to do the right thing at all times, and when not, they have a strong like Picard to say, no, you don't go this way because that's not right. I was gonna say we have a strong Picard or Janeway, but then Janeway went and like changed the whole temporal, like the whole timeline. So I don't know, like if if she really says no to breaking the rules or not, because she clearly broke a big one at the end. But I would make the same choice, so I'm not faulting her for the choice. Yeah, like go back in time and kick the butt of the Borg. Okay, sure, why not? But the whole like temporal accords would say that you're not supposed to do that.
What? Star Trek Prime Directive? What?
Yeah, what is that? A rule was meant to be broken, and the Prime Directive is always like
over and over.
I mean, it's even like on the original series, it's like I think there was one episode where like we went back in time to study people, so we're just orbiting around Earth, and like that's not impacting. Like,
But I think it was the second Abrams movie where no, sorry, not that. Strange New Worlds. They opened up. I'm sorry, I keep going back. Like I'm getting my movies mixed up. No, yes, it was the second movie, and they opened up breaking the Prime Directive. Like they just started the movie off like that.
Yeah. It gets a little loose. It's there when it's convenient.
It's done for the right reasons. I feel most of the time, like 99% of the time.
Absolutely. Cassandra, please tell me, how
What?
has being a fan of Star Trek shaped your life outside of being a fan?
It has shaped my life. Someone who is multiracial, multicultural, being in spaces and living in spaces where people were not cultured, educated,
Mhm.
and me having to choose one group or another, but then having both groups not recognize me, and seeing all of that in Star Trek. It was
Mhm.
so hopeful. Interspecies, people living together, working together, adversaries becoming friends. I'm having a bad day. I'm like, I'm going to watch Star Trek this week, or I'm waiting for the next episode. And so it shaped me in that way. And being seen on screen,
Mhm.
and seeing empowering women
Mhm.
on screen, really just gave me the push to be like, you know what? No, I want to be like Janeway,
Mhm.
or I'm going to be like Crusher, and I can be a woman and strong and pretty and intelligent
Mhm.
all at the same time.
Mhm. Absolutely. Talk a bit about how that's important.
So I would go really back to DS9 again
Mhm.
to see Sisko being a Black single
Mhm.
father,
Mhm.
when at the time that was not the case that you saw on TV.
Mhm.
It was always the opposite that was shown on TV, even though that was not the case in real life.
Yeah.
And so I think that was one of the major points. And of course, Uhura
Yes.
on
Mhm.
TOS. I mean, Nichelle Nichols has set the ball rolling for so many people.
Mhm.
So many podcasts that I'm proud to be, a sponsor of, and other astronauts' careers. I mean,
Yes.
and
Yes.
having a NASA Center for Youth. Yes, and and so that's how I find it impactful
Yeah.
for all of us,
And
and
I
people who
ask
aren't
for you to
seeing.
share that, because I truly think that if more people understood just how awesome and uplifting that can be, we would seek more opportunities like that. Like, let's open up the door. Let's bring in more people to share those stories. I've recognized that when I've gone into neurodivergent spaces, when we have meetups, and you just have those opportunities to say, oh my goodness, just to know somebody else understands the same kinds of struggles and the same kinds of hurdles in life and the same kinds of successes, like things that you can celebrate. And that's just when we come together in person, but then being able to see somebody like on a actual nationally or globally broadcast show, like then representing it and I should say representing well, not just some representation to click a box, but like good representation. It is changing. It's like, oh my goodness, this is like, it becomes almost like food in for your soul. And it's so thank you for diving down that with me.
And that's why I love Worf so much. And I am probably one of the few people who I've met who don't diss on Worf. I'm sorry, I won't do it. This is another single father to an interspecies child.
Yeah.
Who grew up in a completely different culture.
Yep.
Planet, was always trying to prove himself to both sides. I mean, of course, he struggled a lot. I mean, how could
and
he
he
not?
was like the best Klingon out of all of them because he was like the most authentic to Klingon like ideals. And yes.
Yeah. I don't feel like he didn't love he loved Alexander. He just didn't know how to love.
Sure. Yeah.
Is my thought behind it.
Oh, I have so much love for Worf. Like so, and I don't know if he technically is the character that had the most screen time out of all Star Trek, but he certainly has to be one of them, being on 2 different series and several movies.
Yes.
3 series because he's on Picard as well. I'm not counting Picard.
Right?
Still so new. How else is Star Trek? So out of the, like, all of Star Trek, are there episodes that call to mind, like something that just fundamentally shifted something in the way you perceive something?
That is a very good question. I would say The Measure of a Man.
Okay.
And yes. You know, I grew up to always respect people and understand everything. But even then I was like, oh yeah, you know, he's not a robot, but you know, he's an android. Like, you know, and watching it and really having them go down the road and saying, you know, this is all of them explain this is how data changed my life. And how can you discount him? And so it's like, oh, okay. Like it just, you know, it just put a different spin on what morals you already have. You know.
That was such a great episode. And then I felt like Strange New Worlds did a good similar episode with Ad Astra.
Yes.
Where that too was, and it's funny how the courtroom shows are so engaged, because you think, in my mind, I think courtroom's going to be boring, people just going back and forth talking, and it's like, and somehow they're very engaging.
What powerful acting by Yetide.
Yes.
And yeah. Rebecca Roman. It was another mind-blowing.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Now I have some phaser quickfire. Pew, 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 pew. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Would you rather serve with Kirk or Picard?
Picard.
Spock or Tuvok?
Tuvok.
Would you rather watch Strange New Worlds or the original series?
Strange New Worlds.
Would you rather have serving under you as a captain, Scotty or B'Elanna?
Scotty.
Would you rather be Romulan or Vulcan?
Vulcan.
Would you prefer serving with Burnham or Spock?
Burnham.
Would you rather travel by the mycelial network or warp drive?
Mycelium network.
I think that would be amazing. You might get a little dizzy, but
not me driving it, but just being on the black alert. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just whoosh. Yes. Would you rather attend, if you had a choice, between Star Trek Las Vegas convention or Star Trek cruise?
Cruise.
cruise. Would you rather flying your ship Ortega or Sulu?
Ortega.
USS Discovery or USS Titan?
Discovery.
And Trekkie or Trekker?
Trekkie.
We have 0 Trekkers so far, just me.
The name changed. So growing up, it was always Trekkie, and then at one point we were called Trekkers, and then now we're back to Trekkie. So that's why I chose Trekkie.
Yeah, it does seem like it did. Yeah.
Part 2, actually, I have a part 2 answer to your last question regarding how Trek has changed my life.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is it. I have met some of the most amazing, genuine people because of Star Trek.
We're certainly our own breed of people, you know, and I like this form of nerdy, geeky, full of heart. And I feel like all those things just go really good together inside the human spirit. I love that. Oh, and I did forget a question. If you were to create your own Star Trek show, what would you create?
A Trek alien culinary show.
Perfect. Okay. Are there any characters you would already know that you would want on the show, or would you invent all new characters? Neelix, all the way. Okay. Yeah. Neelix is cooking. I like it. I like it.
And
yeah.
Pike.
I could see it.
And Captain Pike.
Yes. Yes. That would be a good. Okay. I could see it. I could see it. That would be fun.
Picard can have a cafe, coffee, tea. Yeah,
absolutely. Bring on different guests. We're gonna make something with Picard that pairs well with Earl Grey tea. You know, or
Hasperat. Don't forget the Hasperat.
Nice.
See. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you spending your time with us today, Cassandra, so much. And it's been so nice getting to know you. We're definitely going to invite you back at some point so we can have some conversations with other guests as well, if you're down for it.
I will be, for sure. This has been great. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. And to anyone listening out there, if you've liked this episode, please like it online, share it, subscribe to the show, tell your friends about it, and be sure to come back again so we can engage.
Give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. I love it. Yes. So thank you for tuning in, and be sure to engage. Live long and prosper, everyone.
Engage.